Welcome to Kaiju Live, where we're celebrating Godzilla with 31 days of monster uploads. Today starts out on a Transformer Tuesdays, so we're looking at the Godzilla Transformers Synergenex crossover figures. I imported these suckers from Japan. We have Grimlock done up as a Godzilla-inspired Megatron, and we have Optimus Prime as a Kiryu-inspired JXSDF vehicle. I'm loving it. Let's crack these open. This week we're going to be looking at Godzilla. Alright. Hella stoked. There we go. Box empty. That's what we're dealing with right there. Looking pretty good. He's a tall boy in that plastic. But let's get him popped out of that there, huh? Well, here he is straight out of the box in the first pose I put him in. Haven't even really fiddled with the figure beyond this, but he's pretty cool looking. It came with these 3 blast effects, which come together to make a big Godzilla atomic blast, and it suggests you attach them onto his blaster like such in the instructions, which I think is just so goddamn stupid looking. They really should have gave us 2 of the same sort of blast effect. Maybe given us 6 blast effects, 2 of each of those. But yeah, we only get 3 total as is. I'm gonna fiddle and play with him a little bit more before I go in depth on the figure. Alright, here he is, looking real good. Got him in his Dino Godzilla mode, and we got some storage for his gun on the back there, but I don't like how that looks, so I'm just going to go ahead and untab that, and we're going to take a look at him as he is. Now, a lot of fun about this guy, but real quick, I want to point out my copy has a lot of these stress marks, like right here. I got right here, I don't know if that's stress or sprue marks or what, but right here is real bad. And I got it on a number of places on the figure. Right here, from where the peg this tabbed in, just from when he was packed, it was like that. So, like, a real bummer about that. I don't know how that's going to speak to the plastic quality as a whole. But overall, other than that, I really like the figure. Great sculpted detailing throughout. He's got good articulation, although because of transformation, can't do nothing with that big tail. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I like all the detailing with the scale or what have you design. That looks real cool. And we got that throughout on the fella. Now down here, we'll see that more in robot mode. But kind of silly, we got that Godzilla Transformer crossover logo just printed right on him. So, like, in case you don't know, he's supposed to be Godzilla. But, you know, I remember G2 figures and Beast Wars, they'd print the name of the character on the figure too, so whatever. I guess there's a precedent for that. He looks good, though. I really like how this clear atomic blast charging up on his neck comes through, and we see the machinery in there. Real nice. I love the paint detail in his mouth and on the teeth. He's a good-looking figure. The dark charcoal gray like Godzilla's always got, with the red accents there. Very Megatron. I dig it. He's cool. And for comparison, we can have him have a standoff with actual Godzilla here. They're gonna duke it out. Let's set him down. And also take a look at him with his blast effects installed, so we can see that atomic breath in action. And just for another comparison, here's the other Megatron figure I have of this scale. So that's cool. He's quite a bit bigger. I think this is 1 scale up over that guy, but they're in the same range. Godzilla should be the biggest boy. For articulation, you got nothing with the tail, but you can hold him by it pretty good and just stomp around. But you got your legs on a nice clicky joint there. I dig that. But by nature of transformation, this bit here moves around a little bit. But that's a good sound. I dig that. You can also move out like that there. So real cool. You also got a swivel right here, and you got some knee going there, and because of the transformation, you also got a crazy joint right there as well. Other than that, you got up here. Now, the elbow on his dino arm is a little loose for me, but up here, this is just on a ball joint, and that works real well, just going in and out. Can't move it too far. His head moves up that far, down that far, and he can open and close his mouth. Real good looking. I dig this dude. So let's transform him, huh? Alright, so first thing we want to do for him is get his head moved all the way back, and then we're just going to kind of pop it back out and bring it backwards here. And then we're going to be taking these bits here, and we're just going to be kind of splitting that apart, folding those up and bringing it back like that there. Then we're going to lift the Megatron head up, and that's going to loosen this bit here, and we're just going to fold all of this up this way, and that's just going to kind of tab in right there. And now we're down here, and we're just going to kind of loosen the dino tail a little here. So get all that loosened up and split this apart. Now bring those out this way and take this in, and you're just going to sort of fold that in, and it's just going to tuck in there like that. So just sort of folds and tucks in, and now we're just swinging the legs all the way out. You can see it from this way, how it kind of hinges and swings in there. So just bringing that out, and that just kind of pops into place. And we're taking this here and folding that backwards, closing it up, and then these are going to fold out this way and just sort of soft tab right in there to there. Hey, there you go. So now back here you can take that tab and just tab that in there, and you can fold these and fiddle those wings however you like. We're pretty much done. Now just straighten out his arms, and because of these dino ratchets, just dino legs, ratchet that up, and that'll click into place. That peg there will lock the arm in, and then bring it forward even more, and that creates a bit of a elbow joint. And then we're just swinging his hands out, and that's Godzilla Megatron right there. You can adjust all that as you see fit, but that's him transformed, looking pretty good. Let's fiddle with him a minute. Yeah, there we go, all straightened out and looking good. I can dig it. Let's take a look at his detailing in this mode now, huh? So you can see we got all the same stuff from that dino leg becoming his arms there. So no real new detailing, but we get this right up front and center, and that's replicating Megatron's chest area. The only difference is we got this really goofy logo here on this cool smoky plastic. I kind of wish this was done in the same atomic blue color we got on the neck there, but very cool looking. I don't love the logo. I think the logo's kind of silly because we know it's Godzilla, you know, it's a Godzilla Megatron. That's the whole reason we bought the thing. But, you know, is what it is, and, you know, it's cool. Fun Godzilla collectible. I love it. It's two of my favorite franchises crossing over into a thing, so that is cool. And for comparison, here's the same Megatron we just had a look at. Hey, there we got him in both the same pose. I dig that, but you can see he can't quite reach his arm up same way he can because of those Grimlock claws. Hey, and he looks great with a proper Megatron cannon. I tell you what, he should have just came with one of those instead of this gun, although I don't mind the extra gun. What I do mind, though, I tell you what, and a big disappointment to me, is this right here gets in the way, so you can't tab this on to become his own arm cannon. It can only work as a gun, so that's unfortunate. But I like him with this Megatron cannon stolen from that other figure. So man, I don't want to cannibalize the one dude, but I really like him with a cannon like that. That is sick. Yeah, that is straight up dope. I dig that. That is hella cool. And we got to get a shot of Godzilla fighting him, although I think we all know how that fight would go down. As far as articulation goes, this guy's got legs that can go out about that far, and they spin that way and there. So we got two spins at the thigh and the hip, and that swivel going out, and we got the knee going up and down. Ankle also tilts, so you got some crazy good leg posing, and they're big legs too, so even though he's a big heavy figure, you know, you can still get some decent balancing going and such. The arm goes out like that, as we showed, and it has that great sounding ratchet. So that's cool. We got a spin right there, and we got that, like we were talking about, up with that. So that is real cool. He can do a whole lot there. And also he's got a swivel at the wrist too, which is great. Head can move side to side, but not really up and down. And the back of this can all just sort of fiddle, and you can pose that however you want. Same with the dino arms. Yeah, that's all your own discretion. However you want to do a thing, it don't really matter too much. It's a little fiddly, but hey, let's get this guy all transformed, huh? Here we have him all straightened out. So the first thing you want to do is take his arms out here and just bring the hands in. Just get those out of the way there. And then we're pretty much just going to be taking this bit and just kind of loosening that up and folding his head down and bring this head partially up here. So just getting all that out of the way. Now we're moving over here to the back of the legs. We're gonna fold the back of the foot or ankles down, and that's just gonna soft lock into that there. And we're just gonna swing those open and fold that in, and those right there are going to tab into those right there as we just bring this backwards. And the feet will also tab together too with those holes right there. So bringing that in, the legs and the feet will tab into each other. And just bring that all the way back so it's up against the leg there. Now flip it over down here. Take these and just swing those out, and you'll do that to both sides. I find they swing inwards better than outwards. And now we just got to fold these in together. So you can see those tabs are going in, and these are all just going to kind of lock into place, and just kind of push that around and make sure everything's centered and tabbed and clicked together. Now just bring this down, and it's going to lock into place there. Hinge those up and around. And those are just going to kind of tab together like so, and then just bring the head in. Then all you gotta do is adjust the legs a little bit with those dino leg pivots, and hey, there you go, back into Godzilla mode. Overall, this is a pretty cool figure and a neat crossover. It's really screwed up by some quality control issues with the plastic, the stress marks and such on it, and just wondering about the quality of the plastic as I transform it and worrying about it, so it makes it a little bit iffy to handle and such. But he's a lot of fun otherwise. The biggest thing is, you notice he's got the lack of spines on the back, and that's the big thing that makes him seem like a Grimlock repaint and not a proper Godzilla remold crossover sort of thing. But I think that has to do with the legality of different companies selling Godzilla figures in Japan, and this is technically a Japanese figure from Takara Tomy and not a Bandai figure, and Bandai is the only ones who can do a actual Godzilla toy as far as I'm aware of in Japan. So I think that's why we got a just regular Grimlock that has a Godzilla motif theme. But he's super cool, a lot of fun otherwise, and I'm real happy to have him and put him in my Godzilla display. But Megatron better learn his place because there's only one king of this collection. That's the big G himself, Godzilla. So join me tomorrow for another episode of Kaiju Live. That's 31 videos of Kaiju content every single day all through the month of July. And if you dig this sort of thing or you're grooving on the comfy vibes, like and subscribe. And Transformer Tuesdays will continue next week. We'll be looking at that Kiryu Optimus Prime crossover figure. It's going to be a blast and I'm looking forward to it. We'll see you later.